All right. Welcome back into another episode of Indiebnb. Today I am joined by Stefan West from beautiful Geelong, Australia. Did I pronounce that right, or did I butcher it?
Nah, perfect, Grant. Thank you so much for having me, man. Yeah, it's funny, I've always been asked, is it like Stefan or Stefan? And I've actually had friends in the past argue with other people that it's Stefan. I'm like, I actually think it's Stefan. But it's always one or the other.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we appreciate you taking the time. I mean, you're coming to us from the future. So for our listeners, when they hear this, they'll be, hearing a conversation from the past to the future. We kind of got some kind of echo chamber. So talk to us, what are the top 5 stocks we need to buy today? Like, what are the things we need to be doing, as we are, moving into our Tuesday,
Yep. So I'm glad you asked, because I've got a big list of stocks right in front of me, and we'll get.
Oh man, we'll get.
I saw a video online, and it was really funny. I don't know if you've seen it circulating around, and it's a guy being like, I think it's a comedian, and he's like, I'm not convinced if I got put back into the past, I could convince I'm from the future. So he's like, if somebody asked me from the past, if I was, say, in 1900 and got dropped there, and you're like, oh, I've got phones are going to be released. You're going to be able to talk to each other in 100 years. And they're like, oh yeah, cool. How does that work? And he's like, I wouldn't be able to explain it,
Yeah, we kind of we've taken for granted there's so much knowledge out there that we just can't. There's no way for me to be able to explain how we're doing this, how this microphone works, any of that stuff. It's all. I feel like there's a handful of people who control all of the knowledge of technology and all that stuff. So
yeah,
well, he's got a point for sure. But
yeah,
well, Stefan, I mean, with the, with your music and everything, you have going on. I mean, I guess educate us. We're North America. We're a new wave of folks that can listen to Stefan West. I mean, talk to us about, how'd you get going on this? What made you inspired to become an artist?
Yeah, so, I mean, I grew up playing music. My dad played trumpet. I used to watch him marching in these brass bands. I started playing keys when I was a kid and played trumpet for a little bit myself. And it was just something that was always in our household. I remember mum and dad having party after party growing up and dancing around on the couches to all of their favorite songs. And then as I grew into my teens, I was like, I love this. I played bass, I played guitar, I played drums, a little bit of everything, and grew up really listening to all the pop punk type stuff. Love Blink, love Sum 41, all of that genre of the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I just fell in love with it, man. It's always been a way for me to express myself and kind of make sense of the world around me. I think there's something magic about when melody meets instrumentation meets explorative lyricism, and it's you get this chance to explore ideas in a way that would otherwise be seemingly impossible, So that's sort of what I just fell in love with it from a young age. I mean, prior to this project being a solo project, I played in a bluesy based rock and roll band and sung at the front of that, which I loved, but it didn't feel as authentic as the project that I'm working on now. So I'm just excited to be releasing music that really feels like me, and I think represents at this point the whole scope of what I love within the music industry.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. I mean, having the kind of the pedigree, if you will, or the having it come down from your family, I think that's something that we see a lot of when we do these. It's not a, hey, I was just one day lightning struck and I wanted to play guitar. It was, I grew up with that being around you and being in your world with your family doing it. Pretty cool. Have you played I'm sure your family gatherings are rather musical. Do you guys get together and still get together and rock out together, or is there any traditions when you guys gather up to we got to get together and play this song for everybody?
So Dad's actually playing trumpet on this album, which is amazing. So the horn section in Take What You Need is my dad. And Slow Down World's another track that I recently released. Dad's playing on that in the chorus as well. And then there's one more coming out later this year that he's on as well. So it was cool. Like, I think for me, getting towards the later side of my teens, you know, as we all do, went through some adversity and maybe wasn't as close to my family as I would have liked to have been. And then coming back in and doing this project, like, music's the glue that held me and my dad together for sure. Like, he's actually working on me with all of this now. Yeah, I said to him, I was like, would you be interested in playing on this album with me? And he's like, oh my God, I'd love to. So having him in the studio and now listening to the song get airplay and talking to people like all around the world about it, I've said to him often, I'm like, God, this is a spin out. I never thought I'd get to do this with you, you know?
Yeah.
Really, really exciting. So
that's awesome. I mean, you're getting to bring in Pops to help you with the record. I mean, that's so cool. And, you know, ultimately I'm sure he's super excited to spend some time with you doing that. I mean, that's definitely a treat. So very cool. You mentioned Take What You Need. I mean, you guys have, you've gotten it, you know, kind of to a point as your most streamed song, you know, as far as it goes on the Spotify. So like, I guess we always ask, like, you know, why do you think that is? Like, what is it you think about it that has people kind of, you know, coming back to it? Obviously playlists and different things, but what about the song to you, like, kind of, you know, rings true with a lot of folks?
I think, like, firstly from a musical perspective, I just think it like kicks you in the guts in like a really good way, you know, like that drum roll at the start of my mate Sammy Mellington, who's playing drums. God, like the moment you hear the first hit, like I get shivers. I remember watching him do it. I was like, my God, that's the go. Structure wise, I think it's short. It's like the shortest song that I've got out yet. And it's just really, what's the right word? Like enticing at each turn. I think all the different parts mesh really well. And then from a lyrical perspective, I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to. Like we've all sort of felt like we've been maybe taken advantage of a little bit, or we have given absolutely everything to something to the point where you're just like, look, this is all of me. Take it. Take whatever you need from this. If you're looking for answers from me, I don't have them, but I'm willing to give you all that I've got. And I think that kind of resonates true. I don't know. I've felt that in so many situations of my own life. And, you know, it's hard to keep boundaries, and it's hard to or put, not even keep them, just put them up to begin with and be like, I want to step away from this. So I think in a lot of times in my life, I've found myself just, giving it all till I felt like I've got nothing left. And I think maybe that can ring true with other people too.
I mean, I love that. Giving it all till you got nothing left. I mean, like, I think everybody probably has felt that, you know, in a similar way. And I think that definitely speaks true. So, you know, with this song, like, did you come up with it just straight off, you know, it just came to you one day, or like, what was the process to kind of, you know, get in? And, you know, you mentioned obviously your dad's on the horn and your buddy Sammy's on the drums. Like, you know, did you write all the parts and demo it for him? Like, what was your process to kind of get it created from nothing to something?
Yeah. So, lyrically, so I actually wrote this song in COVID. Everything shut down. I couldn't play any gigs. I actually was teaching yoga and Pilates at the time as well. So everything, I don't know what it was like for you guys, but I was in the state, it was the most locked down state in the world, Victoria. Like it was pretty intense over here. So when everything locked down, I went back and worked a bit of a trade job. And I actually wrote this song climbing up and down ladders. I remember the day, I remember the house that I was at. And I was like, I had just the chord progression on my phone and rough takes of the lyrics, just like the melodies hum. And I remember climbing up the ladder going, oh my God, that's verse 1. And I was just trying to explore different scenarios that, firstly, I felt like I'd given everything to, but secondly, just felt like that I wanted to explore myself, and that tied into the vibe of the song. So yeah, wrote that climbing up and down the ladder. Then when things kicked off even more down here, I took a lot of time off and just taught some yoga online. And then it's actually when I finished writing all these songs. So me and one of my best friends, Aaron Shembri, we wrote the songs together over Zoom. So get all the chord progression together, get the vocal melodies down. Then I'd send him the demos and he layered them up. So all those guitar riffs, those second, third guitars, that's all Aaron Shembri. The harmonies, that's him in the background as well. And then once that was done through COVID, once we could get back in and start recording, we bunkered down in the studio for about a week or two. I think it was 2 5-day blocks, and we just slept in the rehearsal rooms and recorded all day into the night. And we got the bass of the tracks down, being Sammy on drums, Shembri on bass, and me on guitar, scratch guitar and vocals. And it's funny, this first track, it wasn't even like one of the songs to sort of, I didn't even know if it was going to be on the album, if I'm honest. It was just like, I think it's something, I don't know if it's lacking, it's pretty short, don't know what to do with it. As soon as it was recorded, I was like, oh my God, this might be my favorite song on the album. It's definitely up there. And then Dad came in. Once all that was done, we laid the guitars up a bit, and Dad came in and laid the horns down towards the end. And it just felt so good to have them on there. And afterwards, Chris Gatz, my producer and good friend, we just worked hard to sort of get the production right, and I just really wanted that crisp, polished sound with these songs. So that was sort of like a start to finish. It was quite a long process because of all the ins and outs of the last kind of 4 or 5 years, but I'm so stoked with how it's come up. Couldn't have been a better process.
You know, hey, like, not a traditional cycle. Like, we're not going in and laying tracks down in January and it's going to be mastered. These things, kind of got put on, a lot of things got put on the shelf, or, for one reason or another, kind of got, slowed down. So, the fruition, I'm sure, of getting it out there and getting it, having it have some success I'm sure is awesome to feel. So, I mean,
sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's like what you were saying about the delay. It was like one of the best times ever, that being able to sort of pause and have the freedom to just create with no outside distractions was so special. And I think it's definitely changed my perspective moving forward of what it kind of meant to create and have space to let things be,
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I mean, when's the lead up? I mean, like, do you have a date for, the full release to be done? I've seen these, we've done the singles here, in 24. So what's that kind of, leading into?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to do a bunch more singles. I've got another one coming out on the 25th of October, which is a very different feel. It's like piano, guitar, and myself and Shembri singing. And then after that, the one after that it feels just like Take What You Need. It's a song called Hard Times. It's huge guitar riffs at the start, horn section, a synth coming in, claps, keys, like just everything all at once, which I'm really pumped for that track. But basically, I've got another 5 singles to come out, and then the album will drop at the end of that. I had planned on dropping the album a little earlier, but I mean, you know what it's like now in the music industry. With everything being online, I wanted to take the opportunity, having so many songs with really different feels and vibes to each of them, to sort of take the opportunity to try and build a solid and larger fan base, to be able to then tour down the track, release more music, and just build it up a lot bigger than what it is right now.
Gotcha. So album coming after the 5 singles, kind of getting that, getting all the music out there and getting it going for that, all the Lord, our Lord algorithm himself,
Lord algorithm.
getting it all out there so we can get the please the Spotify and Apple Music, folk. And, if we're, it'll be able to help you get more views and fuel that tour. Well, speaking of that, I mean, like, from your experience, even with, your past band or, with this project, like, have you done like any tours, for, this specific thing, or is it mainly just your experience from leading that other band?
Mainly from the other band. We did a lot of East Coast tours up and down Australia. We got the pleasure of going to play overseas in New Caledonia, at a festival there, which was awesome. And it was great, man. I love it. Like, everything I'm building up to do with this project is just to tour. Like, I really want to tour the world. I want to get over to the States. So I want to get over to Europe and UK. And it's definitely the freedom of creating and putting things out myself has been amazing. I've missed the band in some aspects, if I'm honest, like just having that camaraderie, having someone to call that has just as much skin in the game as you and really wants to succeed. Like, I've missed a few of those things, but I'm so excited to see like what other musicians come in on this with me to really bring the live show to life and to get overseas and out there.
Nice. Well, I mean, as you get going, I mean, obviously Atlanta, come on, we're ready for you. We'll be there front row if you're, when you get it out here. But talk to me through, like, I mean, with your, within the Australian scene, like, what are some of the places that they kind of just, jump out to you as places you definitely have circled, for in your home country to, like, really get into and go to?
Yes. So we mainly did, like, when we're going up and down the East Coast, it was like Melbourne, which has some of the best venues in Australia, if not around the world. Like, the local scene up there's really, really cool. You've got venues like Cherry Bar, the Tote, the Evelyn, Yaya's. They have this sick 2 a.m. slot where it's just like a band jumps on stage at 2 a.m. in the morning and plays. Wow. Right. Yeah, it's really cool. Got to Sydney's. Unfortunately, it's closed now, but there was a place called Frankie's Pizza, which was just like, it was like the Cherry Bar of Sydney. Like, we supported Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses there back in 2018, which was freaking amazing. And then you get up to like Fortitude Valley up in Brisbane, and they've got like an epic scene up there. I've got some mates in this really cool band at the moment called Big Wheels. Like, they call it gooey golden rock and roll. And it's, I don't know if it's like the hot weather up there, because we're like, where I live down here, it's really nice in summer, and then it's quite cold in winter, not the extremes, doesn't snow or anything, but you go up north and it's really hot, and I don't know, the music almost gets a little brighter as well, from all that nice weather. But they would be the main areas. It's been cool after, in the last couple of years, so many more acts have started touring regionally as well. So down in Geelong, we've got the Torquay Hotel, and which, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Torquay Surf Beach. They do like the Rip Curl Pro, like for surfing and everything down here. It's apparently one of the, I don't surf, my girlfriend does, but I don't know, the water's a bit too crazy for me at times.
I'm right there with you. There's no surfing going on over here. I can tell you that.
It's funny, she goes to this group called what's it, Saltwater Sisters, and one of the girls said, "Oh, what's your boyfriend doing?" And she's like, "Oh, he's playing today, but he's afraid of sharks, so he doesn't really get in the water much." And her friend looked at her and she goes, "That's a very fair fear. I'm also very afraid of sharks." Wild. But they're like, so like Torquay Hotel's getting some of the biggest acts down there now as well. And same with Barwon Club. So we're seeing, like, the town that I live in now, like I was in Melbourne until a couple of years back. But the scene down here has just grown huge as well. Like, there's so many amazing artists, and I think the expansion of the internet, like you said, like it's not a new thing, but God, it feels so expansive to be able to create music and get in touch with the rest of the world. It's like no town is too small anymore. It's so rad to be a part of the industry now, Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, it amazes me every time, even doing this, like, it amazes me the people that reach out to me. I'm doing, this with you today, but I think next Wednesday I'm doing somebody from Italy, like I'm getting I don't know how the language barrier is going to go. I don't know what's going on. I was confident tonight. I was like, I know they speak a form of English I can understand, but we'll be in good shape. But yeah, I mean, it's expand. Do you ever look at your Spotify kind of just the spread of like where people are who are listening, and like, I mean, what's the wildest thing on there?
Man, the wildest thing, like Take What You Need had heaps in the States, which I was so pumped about because like I said, I really want to get over there. Oh, can't wait to get over there. Yeah, all the little countries, like even the single that I released a couple of weeks ago, Paint Me How You See Me, just like Poland popped up heaps and all these other countries that I was just like, who the hell is listening? Oh, like, I was looking at it and I was actually with my parents and I showed my mum. She's like, what are you looking at? And I was like, these are everywhere that's listening to my song. She's like, how do you even know that? I'm like, well, it's trackable, but I know it's crazy, isn't it? Very cool. Very cool. It blows my mind that, yeah. And just even like, I do a bit of advertising online and just different people from different countries messaging and just being like, hey, I'm listening. This is where I'm from. And I'm like, it's very, very cool to be able to, reach so many parts of the globe.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Awesome. Place to find new eyeballs. So, I mean, do you have any plans for, music videos? Do you have some out already? Like anything going on there?
So everything at the moment has been like what you said for Dr. Algorithm. So I've just been focusing on short form content. So we've been like filming a bunch at the moment. Very grateful. My girlfriend, she was in real estate photography and you wouldn't think it would, I was going to say transfer across, but God, she's just got the best eye and we have so much fun together. So we've been filming a bunch. I'd like to, in the next 6 months, start to get some longer versions of the songs out visually. It's just kind of picking the routes I want to go down that I feel will be best in each moment. So right now it's all the shorter stuff, and to be honest, I'm having so much fun with it now. Like there's so much negative conversation around online and lots of good memes about how everyone has to be a content creator now. But if you can find a sweet spot with somebody that you have a good time with, far out, it's fun just making things that look cool and exploring how to show the songs in new ways. I mean, everyone's always had to scream at the top of their lungs about their art. It's just we didn't have to do it in front of a phone before. So it's cool to, I edited one this morning and I got so pumped because it almost feels like it's not the same as writing a song because I get way more excited the exploration of that. But something clicked and it was this video because you feel like you're beating a dead horse sometimes. You're like, how could I do this differently? And something clicked this morning and I got so excited. I caught myself how excited I was and I was like, oh, this is fun now. It wasn't fun for a long time. Yeah. So we'll see if Dr. Algorithm is kind to me. I hope he is. But
yeah. That's interesting. I mean, like we've talked with a few and like, again, like, it bemoans the kind of the culture of you have to do, it's, not as much about music anymore, but now it's kind of like you have to get creative on, people have been screaming for a long time. Now you have a platform where you can scream and, try to figure out the best way to get the most eyeballs. And I think, I've found people and funny enough, people have come on the show because of like something I saw when I was scrolling reels during our, using our Instagram for this show. Like, they put out some clever content. I like started following them and then they, happened to, work with a PR person that we work with quite a bit. And then I was like, hey, like I know them through their Instagram, actually. Like they're really good. Like, can we get them on the show? It's Divine Sweater here in the States. And like, I mean, just a, really funny how like I asked her about that strategy and it's like, yeah, like we're trying to, do the things that, Lord Algorithm loves to get more eyeballs. And I was like, look, I think you're doing the right stuff because it's clever and fun. And like, I think, it's another way to just get, talk about your art in a new kind of fashion. But, I'm glad to hear that you're excited about it. I'm excited to, get more in the content, dive in deeper into your content. Let's get some, get more hours in on it. So I'm excited to hear and see some more from you. But, with that, like I think, speaking of short form content, let's get into some short form questions. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. It'll be 20 questions right in a row. If there's something you don't understand or what it is, I will be happy to clarify it because these may be a little Americanized. I don't know. Yeah. we don't get a lot of international guests. Get a fair share, but not as many. So let me know if I need to help or repeat something. But it's 20 questions right in a row. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. First question, starting off, cake or pie? All right. Good.
Is the pie, are they sweet pies though?
Sweet pies. Yeah, sweet pies.
Yeah, so we have heaps. We have mainly over here, we have meat pies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which are good. Chicken pot pie. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the minced meat pie. I believe I've had that somewhere, but okay. All right.
Just
sweet
a quick
pies.
Side note, when I lived in London for a little bit, and at Christmas time, they had minced pies everywhere. And I was walking around, I was like, why the hell are these people eating so much meat pie at Christmas? Like, I was like, what are they doing? And then I bought a pack, and it's minced fruit pie.
Yeah. That's tough. Hey, now you know. You know what
Now
life's about. All right. Salad or soup?
Soup.
All right. Sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Sunset.
All right. Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown? Which I now realize not a great question.
Home run. Because I'm not very good. I mean, I played a little bit of softball at high school, and the feeling of the ball hitting the bat is so damn satisfying. I've never run a touchdown, so I don't know what that feels like. But yeah, the home run, I reckon it'd feel pretty good.
Love it. I love it. All right. Are you having more nights in or nights out these days?
It's 50-50. If like gigs, I play like 4 nights of gigs a week. So you could argue nights out, but at every chance I get, I just want to hang out at home at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll call it a night in. That's what you want to be having more of. All right. When you do go out on your own time, not working, when your jam comes on, are you more likely to hit the robot or the worm as the dance move of your choice?
Robot.
Not getting on the floor?
Just feel like that could go really badly for me. I don't think anything would get hurt, but I don't think I'm as bendy as I think that I am.
You're a yoga instructor. What do you mean?
Yeah, and I still don't think so. I'm pretty heaps of guys that I know are like, oh, I'm too stiff to come to yoga. I'm like, dude, same. But I'm teaching. Come on in.
I love that. Well, guac or queso at your favorite Mexican spot?
Guac.
All day?
Guac all day. Love guacamole.
All right. Waffles or pancakes?
I don't eat waffles much. Pancakes. I love a pancake stack with bacon, maple syrup, and a bit of fruit on top.
All right. We got a great restaurant for you here when you come called International House of Pancakes.
Delicious.
You got to get in there.
Yeah,
they'll stack one up for you. It'll be great. Coffee or tea with your pancakes?
Tea.
All right.
Tea.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
All right.
Love
Ninja
dogs.
or a pirate? What do you identify more with?
Ninja.
All right.
For sure.
Getting up and down the ladder as quick as possible and silently as possible. Writing songs in his head.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Gatorade or Powerade? I don't know if you have either of those. This is a terrible one we got, but
we have both of those here. We do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I haven't had either for a while. When I did, I would say like a blue or red Powerade.
Yeah. Okay. The blue Powerade. I have had many of those. They are refreshing. I love it.
Yeah.
Toast or bagels?
Bagels.
All right.
Bagels are delicious. The studio I used to teach at, there was a bagel shop around the corner, and I frequented it. Yeah, a lot of bagels were eaten.
Love that. Chips or pretzels? And we're talking about potato chips, not like crisps, like fries.
Fries or
well, chips, like potato chips. Sorry.
Yeah, chips. I would say chips.
All right.
Yeah.
What about, all right, so fries or tots?
Fries.
Fries.
Love
Get it in there.
fries.
All right.
Yeah.
After a long day, show or a movie to unwind?
See, my mind always goes, I want to watch a movie and I want to be told a story. But realistically, a TV show gets put on because it takes me so long to find anything that I want to watch.
Gotcha. What about are aliens real?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Bigfoot? You guys have a large ape-like creature walking around Australia?
We have many large white creatures walking around our supermarkets, actually. Big Australian man going,
gotta say, I hadn't thought about that. Woo!
Yeah, no, so it's actually funny. Down here, we've got, in the Otways, which is rainforest, it's about 40 minutes away from where I live, there's actually like big cats. So the old myth is that there's, that someone's let like panthers from a circus or something off into the Otways. And then 2 years ago, they got CCTV footage of one of the surf coast towns, and there's this massive panther-looking thing in the car park, and everyone's like, holy shit, it's like not pretend that it's either an enormous feral cat or it looks like a panther, dude. It's crazy. So we've got more of those, and I'm sure Bigfoot was real at some point. I don't know if anybody's finding him right now, but
all right. I love the education on the Australian Bigfoot are these giant panthers running around the coastal towns. I love that.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy, dude. Because we used to go out down there a lot, and there was a few very late nights we were down there and we're like, did we see the cat? Or like, what's the thing? And then I saw it last year. I was like, oh my God, I could have been eaten. Like, there's actually cats in there.
I don't think this is the only thing you got to worry about in Australia. If I've heard from a lot of folks who've been there, but yeah, I mean that's intense. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, is love at first sight real?
Yes, I want to say yes. I do think so. I think there's a feeling that you can't shake when you see somebody that you're supposed to be with, and whatever that is, if we call it love at first sight, I definitely think it's a thing for sure.
A feeling that you can't shake. I haven't heard that in a while. I love that. That's a good way to describe it. Final question of Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Who are a couple of bands that we might not know that we ought to check out?
Okay.
Just give us two.
Big Wheels, Australian, like I said, gooey rock and roll. You'll love them, man. And then one of my other really good friends, Noah Vernon, is a pop artist from same town as me. Yeah, he's doing some really cool stuff. And the new music he's got coming out is rad, like really, really good. So check him out.
All right. With Big Wheels, Noah Vernon, Stefan West, thank you so much for taking the time on this, I guess, Tuesday afternoon for you. And thank you so much for coming from the future to let us know everything's going to be okay tomorrow. And that the world keeps turning, but we appreciate you taking the time to come on here. Obviously, everybody follow him on Instagram, follow him on Spotify. Find him. Go listen to Take What You Need. It's a jam. We'll have all the stuff on the description of this podcast linked out, so you can go check out his stuff. And Stefan, anything else that we're missing there we want to plug?
No, that's everything. Just check me out online, like you said, and thank you so much for having me, man. This has been so much fun to hang and talk. I really, really appreciate it.
You got it, man. You got it. We appreciate you.